So you've heard the saying that you shouldn't become unevenly yoked with unbelievers, right? It's in the Bible, it's in many religions. They say you shouldn't marry somebody outside of this religion because they are different, they have different belief systems, different gods, and you've seen how some classes don't mix, right? Like oftentimes, like a wealthy family won't accept one of their children marrying somebody from a lower class. So there are some of these kind of ideas, beliefs, and perhaps a misunderstanding. And I'm going to tell you, what can you do though when you feel like there's somebody who you want to be with, and the risks and why that is so, and how you can actually benefit from the principle even if you do not believe in the Bible. So the first thing is, let's get into the details of what being unevenly yoked truly means. What it means is you're not at the same level. That's all. You are not even. It's like one is higher than the other in one way or another, and that's the truth for the most part in anything, in any area of life. It could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be one is more mature than the other, one is older for a few days, one is a little heavier, one is stronger, one is weaker, one is this or that, more beautiful, less beautiful, all of those things. That means it's uneven, right? But when we look at the deeper meaning of unevenly yoked, it really means there are different values. And I always talk about values. The values refer to the things that you and I consider important, things that are valuable to us in life. And it's not money or a car, but rather possessing something, for instance, or self-esteem, loving life, enjoying what you do, your job, your business, growth, development. All of these things, are they important to you? Maybe it's important to you to be at peace and calm, right? Maybe music is an important area it's an important aspect of your life. And so you want to listen to music most of the day or all the time. Well, that's a value of yours, right? It defines who you are, and you behave like that because, you would behave in certain ways because of the things you believe in and the values that you live by. So when two people are of different values, let's say you may value family more than her, or she may value family more than you, then what happens? That's when you're unevenly yoked. Now, is there a range where we could be together, and even if we're at different levels in whatever area? Absolutely. So don't worry about that. However, we're talking about when there is a big gap. Okay, when there is a big gap, it's going to be very challenging. I speak from experience. Everyone that I've worked with, they also have told me the same thing. People that I've talked to, they tell me the same thing. People that I do research on is the exact same thing, right? Even Amber and Tony, what's his name, Johnny Depp, what happened to him? He's older than her, and therefore he's at a different level, and he's of course significantly, vastly, especially more famous than he is. And there is a big gap, okay? And when you are in I'm not getting into the details of their relationship, but when you are in a relationship where you have such a big gap or a massive gap, what happens? You start fighting, you start misunderstanding each other, they kind of lose it, especially if it is an emotional gap where you're in control of your emotions, but they're not. Or you can control and regulate your emotions way better. You're a thermostat, I always talk about it, become a thermostat, and she's more like a thermometer. Or maybe she's the thermostat and you are like the thermometer who reacts to the temperature, the heat of the world, the heat of the relationship, the arguments, right? That's the gap, that's the risk, that when there is a big difference, you're unevenly yoked, there's going to be a lot of challenges you have to overcome. And if you haven't put in the money in the emotional love bank in your relationship, you will definitely end up emotionally broke. And you will lose that relationship. Or you will lose yourself, one of the two. Because that's what happens all the time. It's just a fact, right? So how can you benefit from this? Simply look, somebody with money is better able to manage money. Somebody without money is less capable of that. Now, to manage money well, you gotta be less emotional. So you gotta have a higher intellect, a higher emotional quotient. I call it EQ, or emotional intelligence. You have to have that higher emotional intelligence to manage money well. Well, if your partner doesn't have that emotional intelligence and is not that high, maybe when they lose money, they're gonna feel like it's the end of the world. Or when they're under pressure financially, they're gonna crack. Can you handle that? Will you be able to help them out? Or will you feel like you're dragging them along, right? Like, it's a big difference. You gotta ask yourself those questions and consider whether this is for you, like the relationship is gonna be worth pursuing, or that business partnership, whether he's more advanced than you or you are more advanced than him. You understand, you have the mindset for a business and he doesn't. Is it gonna be a good idea to go and get unevenly yoked with that person in business or in a relationship, right? Even among your friends, there is always that gap. Be careful, because the gap will close. Either you become more like them or they become more like you. And, so you gotta watch out. Are you in for the growth, or are you in for settling or lowering your standards just a little, right? If you are in for either the growth or the lowering your standards just a little, go ahead and do it. But if not, then you know what to do. Now, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week, and don't forget, subscribe. You need my help. I'm right here. Have a great day.